Good. So I'd like to welcome everyone to our webinar Wednesday. My name is Kirstine Stephen and I'm an Assistive Technology and Additional Support Needs teacher here at Call Scotland. And I'm delighted to be joined this afternoon by Wim De Backer. Good afternoon, Wim. Hi.
Good afternoon. Hi.
So Wim is an occupational therapist by trade. He's based in the Netherlands and he has many years of experience of working with children and adults with multiple and complex disabilities. In his spare time, he enjoys programming, and that, I guess, has resulted in what we're very excited to hear more about this afternoon. So today's session is going to be recorded by my colleague Robert, who's in the background, so thanks for that, Robert. The recording link will follow today's session by email. Please ensure that your mics remain muted throughout today's presentation. And if you don't wish to be in the recording, then just keep your camera off for now. The webinar is going to run for about 20 minutes and then there'll be an opportunity to ask any questions that you have. You can feel free to pop those in the chat pane throughout. I'll facilitate those at the end. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Wim. Thanks, Wim.
Hi, everybody. So yes, I'm Wim. I'm normally Dutch speaking, so excuse me for my poor English, but I hope I can make myself clear enough. So I'll just switch to my presentation. I hope you can see it now.
Yep, all good.
Okay, then. Okay. So yeah, I'm the developer behind Com Games, a small website with just some free games I made and some students of the university I work made. So I'm an occupational therapist. Yeah, I'm quite passionate about assistive technology. Have some 20 years of experience in advice and training. I'm also, together with a few colleagues, coordinator of Modem. And Modem, bit strange name maybe, but yeah, it's the name of an expert network in assistive technology, of assistive communication technology. So not everything about assistive technology, but specifically about communication. We're a network of 20 care organizations, and so it's coordinated from within a University of Applied Sciences, we call it here in Belgium. So we have only bachelor degrees in our university. I'm also part of Modem is part of a research group at Thomas More University and is coordinated so by that. So yeah, Com Games are just free games for accessibility, just to give it some name. There are free games made for people with primarily communication problems, but yeah, everybody who thinks that can use it, even just normally developing toddlers can use it. It's open for everyone, but that's the target group I was thinking about when making the games. They are just simple, fun, engaging games, and they can be controlled by mouse, touch, switch, eye gaze, but it depends on one game against the other, which one can be controlled with which access device. Yeah, I'll show that on the website in a minute. The focus is just on sensory interaction and ease of use. So it's all quite low level. Don't know if I can say that in English, but yeah, just very easy games to play. There are some features, some things I try to put it in, yeah, of course, with a focus on accessibility. Also, there are various control options. There, most of the games have a light and a dark mode. So for children or people with visual disabilities. There are some small setting. Of course, music and sound effects can be toggled on or off. Yeah, that's quite normal in most games. Games are available in most of the games are available in multiple levels. No, what I wanted to say here is that there are multiple games, and you can use depending on the level of the student or user. Yeah, you can choose a game in different levels, and then a lot of games have also levels built in, and most of the times you can make it easier or more difficult just by the plus and minus keys on your keyboards. Another thing I was thinking about when developing the games is the integration with communication software. I'm from Belgium, and also the company Yabla is from Belgium. Maybe some of you know MindExpress. It's just AAC software like Grid or Communicator or other AAC software. The difference of what makes MindExpress and Grid and some other AAC software special or specially usable together with Com Games is that they have a built-in browser, so you can browse the internet from within the software. Maybe it is possible. Of course, it is possible to use it with every AAC software that can control your computer. For example, the software of Tobii Dynavox, you can use it to open the website. But yeah, the AAC software with a built-in browser has some advantages because Yabla, makers of MindExpress, is a Belgian company. I work with them a lot, and I made a page within MindExpress. So when you already have MindExpress, you can download the free page, and then you can start all the games from within MindExpress, or you can just copy one of the buttons and use it in your own page. The website is also built so that every game has its own URL, and just linking to one URL in one way or another gives you access to just one game, and the URLs always stay the same. So you can even just put a shortcut on the screen of a tablet, and then just tick on something that looks like an app, and you start the game. That's also another possibility, and that's possible because I just work with fixed URLs. The site is in English and Dutch, and like I already said, some of the games are made together with students of Thomas More. Yeah, I was thinking, have I said everything? Yeah. Yeah, the games at the bottom of the website, the games most below are made by students. So this is just a small screenshot of the page in MindExpress, and there you also have different categories, games that you can use by just moving the mouse, hover over a target, mouse click, horizontal movement. Really games where you have some goal, something to really play with, and just some switching games. That's how it looks within MindExpress. And then this is also a MindExpress page. This is also the start page of one of the games of Flappy, and you can see that there are options at the top of the screen, but also on the right. And on the right is really MindExpress. So when you have a user who uses Mind Express with the switch, just with scanning, he can control the options, him or herself. That's also something I thought about. Everything in the game can be controlled by a keyboard key. So when you want to put out the sound yourself, you just tick the sound as an E. When you tick everywhere in the game, you tick E, all sound effects are off or on again. The same for D and L, for a dark background and a light background, and so on. And difficulty level with plus and minus. Okay. So this is just a page in MindExpress. I contact the folks at Diabla, and they promised me the English version of this page would be on the MindExpress website to download. So when you're a MindExpress user, you can just start with it. When you use other AAC software, yeah, you can also control the game by this AAC software, but they're not prepared pages. And then I go to Com Games itself. Okay, so I hope you can see the screen again, or my browser. Yeah, it's a very simple website. You have just a home page with all the games. You have some credits because I use some code from other developers, especially for the six the five first games. I just go use open source code somebody else made, and then you have contact page. Then this is a filter function just to filter how you control the game, or bit level in the game. Sensory are games where you just move a mouse cursor over the screen and a lot of things happen on the screen. That's especially exercises for people who start using eye gaze, for example. Just looking at the screen gives some fun effects. Maybe when there are people here who are all are also long working with eye gaze, or started using eye gaze the first years it was on the market, maybe you can recognize some of these effects, because it's already a long time on the internet, the first exercises or games. Then you have games where you can use a mouse click to as a switch. You have also point and click, where you have to move the mouse and click on something on the screen. But click here just means the games where when you click, something happens. For the curtains, for example, just the color of the curtains change. The same for wobble bobble. You clean the screen. There new circles, or the screen is filled again with circles. So the effect, there is an effect, but it's not that big. And then you have really switch games like Make It Visible. I'll tell more about that later. And then Flappy, what's a real game, a platformer game. I'm not that original in name giving. Dizzy Pac-Man is also a Switch controlled game. Then you have other Switch controlled games, but you use the space bar to control the game. There's some overlap and there are some differences. Some of the games can be switch used with mouse click and with space, and other exclusive one over the other. Then you have some hover games where you hover with the mouse over an object or just over the screen. Hover games are especially interesting for using together with eye gaze, because you don't have to click, you don't need a dwell function. And then you have the point and click games where you have to click somewhere on your screen, and again there is some overlap. Some games can be controlled by multiple access functions, and other just by one or two. back to all the games. So when you choose for all, you just see, well, a list of all the games. For example, I don't know for sure. I started sharing with sound. So Christine, please say when you hear some sounds.
Yep, it's all good.
Okay, okay.
Thanks.
So that's everything. Just move the mouse and something fun happens on screen. Of course, when you push F11 on your keyboard, you have a full screen, but maybe you already knew that. And he doesn't want to go back now. Okay. Same kind of effects. Pixel dust, it's just dust, colorful dust on the screen. Curtains are just, yeah, some flappy curtains. Just move your mouse, and when I click, now I'm clicking with my left mouse button, and I just change the color. That's everything. Clean the screen. Circles keep appearing, and when I move, they just disappear. That's all. When I click the mouse, I get new circles. Okay. Not much to tell about this game because yeah, they're very simple. Wobble, bobble. Okay. When I click, I get some extra effects and new colors. Okay. The first five games I already told are code of other developers. I just asked to use it here. Particles is a first game I made myself, also very simple, just some particles on the screen, and when I click, I get another effect. The clicking doesn't have to be done by the child or the user. It can also be done by the therapist or another adult, a parent, just to have some variation and to attract the attention again to the screen, because you have a sound, you have a different colors. Catch the Monster are the first game. These games, you really have to move the mouse to something on the screen. Just to keep it all simple, I put the instructions to the game on for a few seconds on the first screen. What you saw was light. I pushed my L on the keyboard, or D, and I have dark again. So these are just the differences. When I press, when I go with my mouse over the monster, it disappears and appears somewhere else. That's everything. And when I do the plus key on my keyboard, it's getting bigger, and the minus key is getting smaller. So a little bit more easy or difficult depending on the user. The website doesn't remember your settings, so you have to set the setting every time again when you start using it. There are other games where I use storage, your local storage on your computer, to store your settings, but the most simple games doesn't have that. Catch the Shape is, I think, one of the first games I ever made. Just move over the object on the screen, and you have some fun effects. Okay. Catch the Vehicle. Here you have the other games. The object appeared on a random place on the screen, but here you have some vehicles that move in a horizontal direction. They always stop on three locations and then another object. And now I have just some horizontal ones. It's my ambition to make a similar game with vertical movement, but that's something I still have to make. Okay, I hope I get the middle one. Okay, so this is the middle. Okay, you get the idea. D for dark, L for light, and then plus and minus again. Click the little monster. Yeah, I'm not going to show everything because the time is limited. But yeah, just clicking on a monster or yeah, small, and then click and run. There's an animal on the screen, and when you click on it, so now I use my mouse button, it moves, and sometimes it appears, it disappears from the screen, and then you have another character. Okay. Click the insect is also horizontal, but then with clicking, make it visible. It's just an experiment with Dali pictures. I wanted to know how can I use graphics from Dali, but it's quite limited. And when you use this game and you look at the details, you see it's AI generated. But yeah, some fun pictures, just pictures who start not very good visible, and then they every time you click, you get a more clear picture. What I certainly wanted to show is Flappy, because that's one of the games I'm most proud of. Yeah, you can install this locally on your computer, so you don't need any internet connection afterwards. That's something special. Yeah, I can choose English or Dutch here. I can choose 3 different levels, but I'll do that with plus key and minus key. Yeah. Sound effects and music, and then when you use this button, when it's on, you have an extra button here, and you can control this game with eye gaze. I'll start without eye gaze, and the easiest mode. Hello. Okay. Yeah, it's just a Flappy Bird game, but the bird moves automatically up and down, and when I push the button, it just flies on. Just wait until the bird is on the right height, and then just click. When I push plus, it gets a bit more difficult. Oh, and I start again. In the first level, when you're click on the, make it a bit slower, on the right moment, you can just keep flying straight. But there are 6 levels, and always every 2 levels it gets a bit more difficult. The tubes get longer, and yeah. Okay, I go back with the Q key, so I go back to the starting screen, and I now I do it with eye gaze. And the system is when I look at the right of the screen to the green square, then the bird flies. So I keep looking at the bird. Now he has to fly, and then I just look very briefly to the right of the screen. When I keep looking, it just keeps flying. That's okay for the first levels, but at the next level, yeah, you get this. And when you don't do anything about it, it's quite annoying. But that's when you stop looking, when the mouse cursor isn't on the right side again anymore, then he stops flying. Q, also dark light, background, light background, yeah, full screen mode, music, space or mouse click to fly forwards, Q to stop the game, eye gaze on or off, and plus a platformer game, also possible to use with the mouse, but I see my time is up. Yeah, free games, just try them out. Grow More is a clicking game. That's maybe the last one because it's also the last game on the website. Maybe for the people who already knew Com Games, come on. Uh, yeah, sometimes it does. Okay, yeah. Um, the difference between uh, the difference between the way of controlling is how you start the game. When you start the game with space bar, he chooses the flowers you want to grow. Now I just keep pressing space and the flowers grow, and the more flowers you get, the more times you have to click. So, but when you start the game with the mouse, just with the mouse click, then yeah, this one grows, and now I can choose which plant I want to grow. And then here, so that's the difference. When I use the mouse to start the game, get this kind of access. Okay, that's all I wanted to tell. Please, yeah. Please comment. Please give some feedback. Ask your questions.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great, Wim. Thank you. I think you'd be hard pushed to not find one that a learner would like.
Yeah.
I know that when we spoke on last week, I'd actually just been with a teacher and I shared it with her, and we very quickly were able to identify ones that we know that that learner is going to like. Just being able to have the motion, have the sound, the music, be able to turn that off, when they want as well. Yeah, somebody saying great, very impressed. There was a question, I'll just carry on while other people are typing there. Somebody had asked, and I think it was when you were sharing the sensory games, if those ones can be used with a switch.
Um,
If I'm not right there,
uh,
Claire, let me
no,
know.
no. I'm still sharing, yes. The sensory games, the curtains, the clean the screens, the
Yep.
one with the
Hmm.
circles and the wobble bobble. So when you want to know, just click on the filter function. Click is with the left mouse button, space is with the space bar, and these are switch accessible with the space bar. This is also a bit sensory. So yeah, yes. The catch the monsters, maybe that's one to also show. I just use the space bar now, not clicking with the mouse. So this also switch accessible
Switch. Yeah.
with, yeah, switch accessible when you have a switch who
When you've
can
got this
send
connected.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's great. Um, yeah, lots of good feedback there. I think
Thank you very
I think
much. Yeah,
when you say that you can personalize things, these small adjustments often are what can make a big difference for a learner. The light adjustments, the size adjustments, um, and they're free.
yeah,
That's a huge bonus.
yeah. Just a hobby.
So
Just yeah.
yeah, I
Don't
love
want to
the
make
click the
any.
character. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I've had a good play
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, very nice sounds, and yeah, I'm also proud of this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the graphics are just bot graphics. So maybe that's also a nice little tip when you want to make your own material. Yeah, just yeah. Of course, you can use screenshots of the games just to link to the games or something. But when you go to the credits page, you can see where I bought my audio and where I bought my graphics. So maybe when you want to use some of the graphics, you can go there. Some of the graphics are free, some of the graphics are paid. Okay, stop sharing now.
Yeah, lots of great feedback there, Wim. I think there's going to be lots of hits on the website, lots of
Very good.
sharing
Yeah, yeah. When you're
with
talking about hits, I was looking at um, yeah, that how do you call it, Google Analytics,
Yes.
and it's used quite oftenly in Australia, in the USA, in Spain, now also in Italy, because there are also Mind Express pages in Italian. But the UK is quite blank. So
Oh, well.
of
Ready,
today,
steady, go.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well, listen, thank you very much for your time today. It's
yeah,
been much appreciated. And, if anyone's got any questions for Wim
yeah,
that you've not thought of today, then you can get in
yeah,
touch.
yeah.
But I've popped the website link on, so I think everybody will be having a good explore and a play around. So thanks everyone
Okay,
for
yeah.
joining us
Just
today.
mail me at wim@comgames.be. So yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining us today. We have a free week next week, no webinar next week due to school holidays here. But we'll be back on the 25th. We've got scanning pens, so looking at reader pens that day. So we'll look forward to seeing you then. So enjoy your evening, everyone. Thanks very much. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you for your attention.